Hey everybody, Death Save Anxiety here. I kind of made a video not too long ago, maybe like a month or so ago, at least it seems like it was a month ago, um, talking about how I wanted to return to the channel, kind of bring some new ideas in, kind of revitalize what I wanted to do in the very beginning, but talk about more hobbies in a broader sense, because I have had problems sticking to the solo RPG kind of aspect of the very beginning of the channel and everything. But I hope that everybody that watched, all the different people that watched the original part of the channel will enjoy watching just hobby talk and stuff. I wanted to talk about a game I've been playing, or starting to play. Sorry, I was reaching over to pull something out of a bag. It's a game called Heroscape. This is a generic figure, or not a generic figure, but a figure that could look like any war game figure because of the World War II kind of aesthetic and setting. But there's also things like these Morrow warriors, they're called. They're like little flesh guys. Pretty creepy looking. But sorry for leaning over. I didn't really set those guys up in a reaching distance. But I wanted to talk about the Heroscape game that I've been kind of getting back into. Heroscape came out in like 2004, 2006, I think. It was pretty long ago. Well, obviously that would be its 20th anniversary or nearing its 20th anniversary. I think it had its 20th anniversary, so I think it was 2004. But it's like a war game kind of with simplified terrain, which I think is actually a benefit to it. It has like a hex system, and I'll put some pictures and videos that I took yesterday of the hex system. That I think is very beneficial to it. So you kind of move along these different hexes, and there's like terrain that you can stack up. So you have height advantage and climbing, stuff like that. It's a very modular, but very it's a great system. It's really a good system for terrain. You don't have to worry about using rulers and bending rulers around to ruins and buildings and stuff. And it looks really cool. It's really nice to look at. There's like little pieces of terrain and little pieces of like buildings and plants and like little things that you can scatter around to kind of make it a little more visually interesting, but also affect the way that the battlefield is traversed. So I've been getting into Heroscape again. I found out, I don't know how long ago, that it had been revitalized by a new studio kind of working on it, not Hasbro directly, but more of like a licensing to another studio. And so I found out they were making figures again and making stuff for the game again, and it really interested me. I didn't get into it then, but now that I have this game store that I go to, shout out to Gamers Guild AZ, and I go and see their stuff, go in and look at their games and learn about their events and stuff, I wanted to go and play Heroscape there. I found out when I was looking into that there was a free play day or like a demo day not too long ago, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. It was really a blast. The ambassador, like the independent game ambassador at the store, helped us play. He had some help from some of the community members that were playing like around the table, and it was just a great time. We learned with the new battle box set and the new master set, which I can put some pictures of. Remember to do that. We had like a set map already built and some set armies that were kind of made to fight against each other and be kind of balanced enough. Well, like, I think my army was technically stronger, but I ended up, spoilers, I ended up losing. It was pretty close, but I ended up losing to my brother-in-law, who I also went with, and we played together. It was me and him playing together while other people helped us and guided us, which was really fun. I think that has set off, I know that that has set off a complete, it sparked my interest in it completely again. Like, I'm so ready to continue playing. So much so that these figures that I have out here, I actually got my parents to send them to me because I kept my old box, the very first battle set for the game. I kept it in their house, and they were so gracious to keep it for me all these years, and then send me the figures and everything but the landscape. I didn't need them to send me the landscape, or I didn't want them to, because it's just, packages can be expensive, and I didn't want to inconvenience them too much. We had a fun time sorting it on like FaceTime and stuff. It was really cute. But we had such a good time that my brother-in-law, shout out to him, he bought the new battle box, and we're going to start playing at home and practicing at home and going into the play days in gamer GGAZ. So I'm excited to start playing a new hobby that has to do with wargaming and somewhat to do with RPGs and kind of like the lore building and all that different stuff. But it is simplified in the ways that are good, but it still has a lot of wargaming flavor and a lot of wargaming strategy, and I really like that. What I mean when I say that it's simplified in the ways that are good is it's not like dumbed down or anything in that way. It's just the terrain. I really love the terrain system, and like I said, I'm going to have some photos and videos kind of playing throughout this, so there's more, visual fun than me just talking about, or me just showing the different figures stationary. So I hope I have enough for that. But that is something that I've been playing recently and am going to get into more. There's a tournament on Saturday, which is 2 days from now. I don't think I'm like prepared for that, but I might go in and watch, or like kind of just see what's going on that day. And I just hope to continue to have fun with this. I really have been looking for a neat war game to play. I wanted to play Warhammer a little bit, but it's just kind of intimidating for me. And I think this is a lot less intimidating in the systems that you use. Obviously, they're still learning the game and playing with a new community and stuff, but I had a lot of fun on last Saturday, and I think I'm going to continue to have fun playing with my brother-in-law in our own games with our battle box and our Rise of the Valkyrie master set characters, and then hopefully we continue to get more. One thing I did want to say just regarding the game is that with this new company that's taken a hold of it, they have unpainted and painted miniatures, whereas everything was painted in the past, which is interesting. I personally would rather have the painted figures because my painting skills and my painting knowledge and experience is pretty limited. However, my brother-in-law loves that there's unpainted ones because he is a very good miniature painter and he likes to paint the miniatures. That is definitely a hobby of his. So it's interesting that they do that now, and we have our own viewpoints on it, but it is what it is, and I think that's really cool. At this point, I think it's pretty cool. So I just wanted to talk about Heroscape a little bit, and I've been watching Heroscape YouTubers and stuff, and it's been a blast learning more about it and learning about the current state of it. I've just been glad to get back into it. So I wanted to talk about that, and then I don't know if you can see it on camera, probably not, but there's a little bit of something over here for another video I'm going to be making. So I've got a couple videos in the pipeworks, I don't know, something, pipeline, that's what I was looking for. But yeah, thanks for letting me ramble for about 10 minutes. I wanted to just talk about it for a little bit, and hopefully I'll be making more videos about it, just with different pictures and I don't know, different aspects of Heroscape, because I'm really enjoying it. So thank you so much for listening to this for a little bit. This has been Death Save Anxiety. I wish I could say my own channel name. This has been Death Save Anxiety, and see you guys later.